All right, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, welcome back. Happy weekend to you all. I hope all is well with you. Thank God it's Friday. I don't know when I'm going to watch this video. It could be on Saturday, but please make sure you like the video and share it to many platforms of your choice. We're back again just to keep you updated on the news of the hour. As you can see, this is from Sahara Reporter. They say something about American President Donald Trump on issue of Nigerian insecurity and terrorism, banditry going on in Nigeria. Of course, we have been discussing all these things out here on this platform, starting from the time of the trending news, the trending information that Christians have been targeted in Nigeria. Many people argue there's nothing like that. People say that Americans are trying to come for the Nigerian oil, that is about oil, that's in search of oil and all that, but they don't talk about people that ISWAP, ISIS, Boko Haram, bandit, Fulani herdsmen are actually unaliving on a daily basis. Every day a new story. Sometimes sometimes we lost count because a lot of people are facing this persecution, not only on Christian alone, traditionalists are facing it, and liberal Muslims are facing it as well. We can agree to that. But who is the primary target? Of course, Christians. And let me remind you, because the video that we published here, earlier before now, somebody made a comment and said that I'm a talkative, that I talk a lot. And he said it in trying to insult me. But he don't know that you are not insulting me. When you called me a talkative, you're actually trying to validate my job. It is my duty to talk. That is what I do, creating content, writing on issue. How can I write when I cannot talk? So talking is one of it, and that's a plus. You think you are mocking me, that you called me a talkative on comment section. It's good to talk, but I hope what I'm saying makes sense to you. It may not make sense to you. Is that my fault? No, it's not my fault that that what I said to you is senseless. But time will come when it's going to make sense to you. And the content or the news or the information I'm dishing out here is not only meant to be, you are not meant to eat it alone. You cannot consume it alone. It's for the public. So you take the one that you want and leave the rest. And maybe this one does not make sense to you, or maybe you don't like it. Then another one may make sense to you. And that's why I want to encourage you to like the video and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please do that. It won't cost you anything. So having said that, we have to go straight to the program. As you can see, Trump, this from Sahara Reporter, Trump warns of possible future U.S. strike in Nigeria. Okay? Trump warns for further U.S. strike on Nigeria. The possibility is there. The reason why they will carry it out is there. Because they have not stopped killing people. Few weeks ago, ISWAP said that you have to convert to Islam or lose your life. That reminds me of what Femi Adesina said in the past, that your life or your land, that it is better you give your land than to lose your life, and your land will eventually go to them. And nobody bothered to talk about it. Nobody bothered to understand what that means. The reason why a serving minister, I think he was a minister before the under Buhari, he said something like that. And if you think what he said is just a mere talk, look at what is going on today. Are they not unaliving people simply because of the land, grabbing people's land, and nobody wants to talk about it? So these are the reasons why Americans said, like you have it here, Trump warns of possible further U.S. strike in Nigeria over attack on Christians, as this is Sahara Reporter. So we have to go through it in detail. This is the website. So when you click on the website, it will bring you, when you click on the link, it will bring you to the website here. So this is news, and this is Trump. And when you come here, this is January 9 January 2026. Trump issued a warning in an interview with the New York Times. That's a platform in America. The New York Times published on Thursday while responding to questions about a U.S. military strike conducted in Nigeria on Christmas Day. President Donald Trump has warned that the United States could carry out additional military strikes in Nigeria if Christians continue to be killed in the country, despite Nigerian insisting that there's no systematic persecution. Of course, that's the politician and the one insisting that there's no Christian persecution, because we all know there is. So Nigerians, despite Nigerians insisting that there is no systematic persecution of Christians, Trump issued a warning in an interview with the New York Times published on Thursday while responding to the question about U.S. military airstrike conducted in Nigeria on Christmas Day. At the time, the U.S. military said it had carried out a strike against Islamic State militias in northwest Nigeria at the request of the Nigerian government. Nigerian authorities said that the action was a joint operation aimed at terrorists and stressed that it had nothing to do with a particular region. I would love to make it a one-time strike. But if they continue to kill Christians, it will be many-time strike, Trump was quoted as saying, according to CNBC. When asked about comments by his own African advisor, who has said that Islamic State and Boko Haram militias were killing more Muslims than Christians, Trump acknowledged that Muslims were also being targeted, but insisted that Christians were the primary victims, which is true. Anyone saying otherwise is a terrorist financier or terrorist sympathizer. I think that Muslims are also being killed in Nigeria, but it is mostly Christians, he said. In late October, Trump began publicly warning that Christianity faces what he described as an existential threat in Nigeria, and threatened the U.S. military intervention over what he said was the Nigerian government's failure to stop violence against Christian communities. Nigeria, African most populous nation with more than 230 million people. It should be more than. I think it should be talking about 250 or 60. Even some people may say 80 million people. Is roughly evenly divided between Christian, who largely lives in the south, and Muslim, who are concentrated in the north. Although Nigerians continue to face serious security challenges, including insurgency, banditry, and kidnapping in the north, even in the south, to be honest, the government has reportedly rejected claims of systematic persecution of Christians and those carrying out in the east, because I know that they will say, oh, but so you say that there's a Christian genocide. Those carrying out the kidnapping are mainly the same people that are doing that in the north. So in response to Trump's earlier statement, Nigerian officials said they were willing to cooperate with Washington in the fighting against militias, but rejected language suggesting that Christians were equally targeted. The Christians were uniquely targeted. Nigerian authorities have consistently maintained that extremist groups have killed both Muslim and Christian, and that the violence is driven by terrorism and criminality rather than religion. Well, then what is the source of the terrorism? It's not religious, religious intent, because they want to practice Sharia. I don't know how some people are trying to, massage this statement as if it is wrong to say the truth. I don't know why. When you call it Christian genocide, does it mean that every Muslims are carrying out the genocide? You may say no. I know some Muslims that are not, that if you judging by their public statement, like Aisha Yusuf, she's against it. Does it mean that she's a terrorist? No. Every Muslims are not terrorists. Some of them have liberal ones, but the fear of Islam is because those who are pushing this terrorism, they're always, they always have the power. And I'm trying to choose my word correctly because they always represent, they speak for Muslim than those ones that are somehow liberal. They don't see them as pure Muslim, they see them as weak one. And when you hear that Muslims are being targeted and being biased, when Imam, for example, preach against killing, call them to order, his mosque will be targeted. People there will pay for that because to them, you are not practicing Islam the way it's supposed to be. So that's why when you hear people talking about, no, but Muslims are being targeted, the people buying them, do they see them like a Muslim? They don't see them as a Muslim. And when you say is terrorism, every terrorist have aim why he or she decided to terrorize. Is it religions related? Is it religion related? Yes, it is. When you target a race, a tribe, what do they call that? Is that not genocide? So why are people trying to push this narrative that is as if that is a lie? It does not exist. It do exist. This thing is real, and we need to say it the way it is. So the idea of it's not Christian, is it? Ask yourself, those bandits, those Islam, those ISIS, all of them, are they Muslim or Christian? One thing drive all these things. Why? Religious belief. So why are we lying from that? About it. That's why today you see Asari Dokubo bragging that his brother is a Christian, his wife is a Christian, he lives in a Christian community. Like Muslim is a peaceful religion. Like is a peaceful religion. But people that lives in the north, the Muslim in the north, are telling you that they're going to buy you for them to advance the religion. So what is peaceful about it? Please let me know. I just want you to know that America have not ruled out another strike. Honestly, if I know that Trump, American government, they'll just want to strike once and stop, I wouldn't have supported. Yes, because the problem, the level of terrorism in Nigeria have gone beyond one strike only. After that one strike, do you know how many people they have died? It's not as if they're not going to fight people whether strike or not strike. But what I'm saying is that once you start it, why don't you just carry the momentum? Study it very, very well. Anywhere they're hiding, whatever they're doing, just go after them. And the best of them all is to go after their financier. Think about their financier. Your intelligence, I believe you have list of people that are potential terrorist, sponsors. I believe America know this, and they should go for it without hiding ways. So speaking of people that are funding and sponsoring this terrorism, people have already started pointing finger, suggesting, claiming that America are now keeping eyes on some names that they may go after. Do you understand? And I'm not here to tell you anything on my own. My own is to share things for you to see it yourself. Now, like I told you, some people have already started mentioning them. Like you can see, this is a Twitter handle. This Twitter handle mentions, shared this video. Top 10 northern leaders on the American watch list, allegedly, for having sympathy for bandit, ISIS, and Boko Haram terrorists, or assisting them in one way or another. So the names may interest you. Starting from top 10, they have Sultan of Sokoto. Okay, just watch. because 9 Shegumi. You can see him in the list. 9 Shegumi. Now you have number 8, Kasimi Shettima, current Vice President of Nigeria, made it at top 8 according to this list. All right. Now you have the number what? This is number 7. Okay, you have number 7, Sami Yerema, former governor of Zamfara State, made it at top 7. You have another one which is top 6, Bello Matuwale, former governor of Zamfara State again. These are top lists, all right? At number 5, you have Ale Modu Sheriff, former governor of Borno State. He made it at top 5. At number 4, you have Sheikh Yahaye Jingire, Plateau Fulani Sheikh. This man is number 4, top 4. At number 3, you have Nasri El-Rufai, former governor of Kaduna State. This video is not from me. I've looked at people that made it, and according to him, the American government have actually targeted this. They have included these names to the watch list of those funding, sympathizing, and abetting terrorism, assisting them in one way or another. They made this list. It could be more. I don't know. Listen. At number 2, Issa Pantami. This one is Issa Pantami. Honestly, everybody. This one is a kind of even if you defend other ones, this one I don't think will have any defense or support because it is very, very clear. So number one after all these names happen to be Tukuru Brutai, former Chief of Army Staff Brutai, is number 1. Number 2 is Pantami, and the list go on. And these names, like I said, is under allegedly. Look at it here, please. The guy made it clear that it has been alleged that these names are the people that America have decided to, keep eyes on them to understand what they're doing. All right, and Sultan is number 10. Please let me know what you think about it. Do you agree? Do you have any issue with it? What's your take on this? Please hit the like button and share the video so that you get to many other people. God bless you as you do so. Take care of yourself. Bye bye for now.